The next example, next one is the third example. So third example, there are how many non-terminals are there? 2 non-terminals are there, and here we want to find out the follows. Okay, the follows of s comma b we need to find out for the third example. So here I have taken the s. Okay, next one is a b. There are only 2 non-terminals are there in the third example. Okay, so what are the follows of s? As per the previous video, I have explained that that s by default it is going to be follow this. The start symbol of any grammar will follow the dollar. Okay, dollar is a one of the terminal, will become a follow for each and every start symbol. It is only for start symbol. Okay, so by default I can able to select this dollar as a one follow. Then what are the other follows of yes? How to find out the other follows of yes? Whenever you want to find out the follows of any non-terminal including start symbol, we need to see grammar predictions where it is there. Okay, as we know that previously I have given some example, like you are in a professional elective, you are in a open elective, you are also in a regular subject. Okay, in a professional elective your rule number is something like let us consider 50 rule number, and before you one of the student is there 43, your rule number is a 50, and after that 59 is another rule number in a professional elective subject. In a open elective your rule number is a 50, and before you there is a 45, and your is a 50, and next one is a 61. In a regular subject your rule number is a 50, before you 49, after you 51. And then according to this scenario, in all three subjects, all three different kind of courses, who will become a follows entirely as per your semester, who will in entire semester you are following to some students. In open elective, in professional elective you are following 59, in professional elective in open elective professional elective 59, open elective you are following 61, and next regular subject you are following 51. So totally there are 3 number of follows are there for the 50 rule number. In the same way we need to identify. Here start symbol is s is there na, is there any s following to any other character in other productions also? We need to find out. By default it is following dollar, but whenever you comes to this production, s also follow the small a. After the s there is a small a. So after this s is following small a also, so that small a also will become another follow. Okay, we need to find out a, and we also verify is there any other s to follow any other character. We don't have any s in other productions, we have only s in this production, so that in that production s is following small a, so the entire follow set of s is become a dollar comma a. Then what are the follows of b? B is actually in only one place, and that is following b, small b only. Now b is following only small b, so that the follows of b will become a small b. So these are the follow set of third grammar. Okay, then let us go to the fourth example. So fourth example is a somewhat different one. In fourth example, how we need to find out the follows for how many variable there are, how many non-terminals are there. Okay, here one production is missing. Let us consider capital A derives something like a x. Let's take some e k. Okay, a derive k. There are how many productions are there? How many non-terminals are there? So let us list out them. S is a one non-terminal, A, B, C, D. Totally these many non-terminals are there, and we need to find out the follows for each and every one. So initially let us go to the S. So we already know that by default every start symbol will follow the one terminal. What is the terminal? The terminal is a dollar. So one terminal follow has completed. Then we need to find out the next one also. So to find out the next one, we need to verify the S where it is there in other productions. Is there any S in other production? We don't have S in any other production, so that it is not going to be follow any other character except dollar. So dollar is the first and final one for the star symbol. Yes. Let us go to the capital A. So now capital A, their production is a derived K only, but A is we need to verify to find out the follow. Only simply we need to go for all productions. All production, in all production where the A is available, where the A is available. If it is there, is there any follow for that A? We need to find out the follows in that way. But first is not like that. First just we need to verify in their production only. If you want to find out the first, you just verify in their production only. But follow is not like that. Follow should be verified in all productions. Okay, how many places capital A is there? Only it is available only in a one place, in a one production. It is following to the where? It is following to the B. Okay, simply I can say it is following to the B. Can you take B directly in this answer? We should not take because B is a non-terminal. So now we need to find out the follows of A by replacing of A productions. Replace A production, capital A is there now, followed by B is there. Next C, D. Okay, C, D and D. This is our production. Now replace B by their production. What are the, how many productions are there for B? There are 2 productions are there. Replace small a first. Now when you replace the small a, then the follow of A will become a small a. If you replace B by small a production, then the follow of A will become a small a. So there are B productions are A and C. So replace the first production. After I replace the first production, A is following the small a. So that first follow of small A will become a small a. Then next to follow. There are 2 productions are there for the B, capital B. So that replace second production also. After I replace the second production, A also follows the small b. Replace and remain. We don't want to verify for the C and D. No need to verify. So just you replace the B value. So B production has been replaced second time, then it is following the small b also. So next follow of capital A will become a small b. Okay. Then is there any capital A in other places? We don't have. Okay. Then let us go to the capital B. How many places capital B is there? We have only in one place. Now in this production, B is following capital C only. B is following capital C. Can you take capital C directly? We don't take the capital C as a answer directly. We should replace their productions in that corresponding production A, B, C. Now C should be replaced. With their production. How many productions are there for the C? Only small e is there, and followed by D and small d is there. Now after you replace the C, we know that B is going to be follow only one character, that is in all replacements. Always the B is going to be follow the only one character, that is E only. Okay, so the B follow is become a E only. Okay, then next to C follows. So how many places C is there? Only in one place. So in this grammar, we all non-terminals are in a one production. Okay. Now C, we need to find out the follows of C. Okay. What are the follows of C? Capital D is become a follow of C, but C, capital D should not be taken into our answer set. We should replace the productions. In place of D, you replace the first production. How many productions are there for the capital D? 2 productions are there. You replace it F and G. You replace directly F and G. Then what is the very next character of capital C? There is some set of characters are there for the D production, but we should not include set of character into our follow set. We should include only the character which is very next of capital C. Very next. Who is the very next of capital C? Only small f. Small f will become a very next of capital C. So that the first follow will become only one, that is a capital A, that is a small f. It is a non-terminal. So the first follow of capital C will become a small f. Okay, next follow. We need to also identify the next follow. Capital A, B, C, because there is a 2 productions for the D. Okay, replace the second one, H and I. After I replace, what is the very next character of C? Because C is following the one character, that is H only. So now next to follow will become a H. That's it. Now what are the D follows? in this production only, in in D is following one character, that is a small d. Small d, close. So these are the follow set of fourth example. Now let us go to the fifth example. Fifth of the example is a somewhat different one. Fifth example. Okay, so actually how many non-terminals are there? S is there, A, B, C, D and E are the follows of are the non-terminals of that grammar. Fourth example. Okay, now we are discussing about the fourth example. As per this example, obviously we know that capital S, any start symbol, their follows are always will become a $1. Follow of S will become a, by default there is a dollar or dollar. So this is for the follows of S. Then we need to identify the follows of A. So you know how many places capital A is there? In only one place capital A is there. So what is this production? Production S derives A, B, C, D, E and a small f. Then in this case A is following B only, capital B, but capital B we cannot consider capital D as our answer. So we should replace the production. So replace the production. After you replacing the first replacement, all of you concentrate because this is the different one. Here I am replacing with the small b. After that C and D actually this is common. So after you replace the B by their production, what is the character will become a follow of capital A? Small b. So for small b we can able to take into the one collection character, one answer for B. Okay, then who as well B also have B as the another production. What is the another production? Epsilon. Okay, so we should replace the epsilon. Epsilon nothing but it is a null replacement. It is a null replacement. We need to also replace the epsilon. But what do you mean by the epsilon? Epsilon is a null replacement. There are B consisting of two production. One production already replaced with the small b. Okay, fine. The next production is a epsilon. Epsilon nothing but it is a null replacement. After you replace the null replacement, we don't have anything in place of capital B. So what is the next character will become a C, D, E, F. Now if you replace the null replacement, nothing but that student is absent. You are following 50. Your rule number is a 50. You are following 62 is another rule number in your one subject. Then let us consider regular subject only. 50, your next rule number is a 51, next rule number is a 52. But unfortunately in a one day 51 is absent, your is present, your rule number is a 50, 51 is absent, then next rule number is a 52. Now whenever 51 is absent, who will become your follow? Your follow will become a 52. Your follow will become a 52. Okay, as well the next rule number is a 53. In case the 52 also absent, in case the 52 also absent, then your follow will become a 53. In case 51 due to some festival occasion 51 absent, 52 also absent, both are absent, but 53 is present. So now in this case your follow will become a 53. Whenever 51 only absent, your follow will become a 52. In this similar way, the absent nothing but a replacement of epsilon. Okay, so whenever there is epsilon is replacement, then A follow will become a capital C. Then immediately we need to take the replacements for the C. In case of B is epsilon, then A follow will become a capital C. Replace the capital C production. Capital C, how many productions are there? 2 productions are there. So first production you replace. So I have taken the first production, small c. Then next character is a D, E, F. Okay, in this case the follow of capital A will become a small c. Okay, small c is a one another character. Okay, one another character. Now but small c, capital C also has a one epsilon replacement. Epsilon, already B has taken into the epsilon. Okay, their first production has been replaced and identified as a follow of capital A. Fine. Then but if it is a epsilon, then their follow will become a capital C, but capital C productions are small c replaced and capital C also epsilon. Capital C also epsilon. Then A is going to be follow capital B epsilon, first value, capital C also epsilon, second value also epsilon. Then remaining characters are D, E, small f. Then in this case, if both are absent, both are replaced with the epsilon, then A is going to be follows capital D. A is following to the capital D. Now what are the productions of capital D? Small d is there, small d. So we need to replace the small d in place of D. Replace their production, A and B epsilon and C epsilon, and D replaced by the small d and E and F. Then who are become follows of capital A? Who are become follows of capital A? Small d. Small d. So small d will become a small d. Close. That's it. These are the follows of capital A. We don't have other moves because D is not replaced in the A epsilon, so there only we can able to start. We can able to stop the A follows because we okay. Then as well, let us go to the B following. B. B follows are C. B is following capital C, and capital C, there are two productions are there for the capital C. First you replace the first production, okay, A, B, capital C should be replaced by the small c, and D, E, F as usually. Now in this case, B is following the which character? Small c character. Okay, fine. Small c is a one character set for the follow of B. The next, but capital C also there is another production epsilon. So epsilon nothing but null replacement. A, B, and you replace null, and D, E, F. After you replace the null, B is going to be follows the which character? Next one. The next non-terminal is a D, and there is a one production. There is a one production for the D. So replace that production for in place of D. After you replacing, the production will become A, B, D, E, F. Now B is going to be follow the small d also. B is going to be follow the small d also. Okay. So now here you can write the follows of B will become a C comma D. That's it. Then C follows R will become C is following in this production. C is going to be follow only D. D is replace D. Their production is a small d. So small d you can able to take directly. Okay. Now follows of C. A, B, C. C following capital D. Capital D replace their with their production A, B, C, D replaced by the small d, and E, F. Now C is following C is going to be follows the which character? Small d. Okay, small d only one follow for C. Okay, then D follows. So next to D follows. D follows are what is the production? A, B, C, D, E, F. D is following. How many places D is there? Only one place D is there. D following to this capital E. Now what are the productions for the capital E? There are two productions are there for the capital E. E comma epsilon. So whatever you replace the first production A, B, C, D, and E replaced by the small e and F as usually. Then after you replace the small e, then D is following to the small e. D is following to the small e. So directly here we can able to write the small e. Small e. Then but E also replace the there is another production for the E. The production is a epsilon. So replace that production also. So if you replace that production, it's replacing of null replacement. Null replacement nothing but nothing is there. What is after next character? F is there. Okay, so now in this case D also follows capital F, sorry, small f. So the next to follow will become a small f. Next E follows or will become only F. E is following only F, small f. Okay, these are the follow set for the fourth example. In the next video we'll discuss about the more other examples, fifth example including other examples.